Hey everybody, Dr. Troy Dukowitz here. This is your Monday Momentum Moment. Very, very excited right now as here it is, Thursday, the 13th of June. It is a day after my St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup. Now, it doesn't matter if you like sports or not. It doesn't even matter if you like hockey or know anything about hockey to value this message I'm going to share with you today in this Monday Momentum Moment. And it's this. The St. Louis Blues were dead last, worst in the entire league on January 2nd, 2019. And about 24 hours previous to this recording, they won the Stanley Cup. They went, as you've heard people talk of this before, like going from worst to first, they actually did it. And they didn't do it in a season. They didn't do it from last season and then this season they became first. We've seen that in sports before. Literally in the middle of the season, they went from worst in the entire league to first. Now, why am I sharing that with you here today? Because sometimes you have a rough week. Sometimes you have a rough day. Sometimes you feel like you're losing. Sometimes you feel like you're worse, like you're just not the best. You're not in first place. You're not winning a championship. And when we talk about this storybook ending that they have had, it gets me to thinking about you, the listener, the viewer. It gets me thinking about the importance of understanding that you can do whatever you want. You can accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. But you got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You can't afford to just stop and give up and throw your hands up in the air. This team was the worst in all of hockey, and they're now the best. And I know that you and I, we both have feelings like that once in a while where we're just down and out, we're not having a good day, and then all of a sudden we start to string along a few more of those days. You ever done that before? Where it's like, okay, it's okay, I had a bad day today, but man, tomorrow's been shitty too, and then the next day, and then the next day, and it's like you start stringing along these series of bad days. We all have that happen. And what's so important, and I love the mindset of this entire team, has been that they just forget about yesterday. Like if they lost today, when they wake up tomorrow, they're not allowed to think about it. They got to look at the next task at hand. What would happen if you did that? What would happen if you didn't carry over today's defeat into tomorrow? And you just woke up tomorrow renewed and said, no, today I'm going to win. And you've heard me talk about this a million times before. If you haven't heard the Victory Stacking podcast, go check out Commit and Go, Swim Little Fish Swim. It's a great episode about victory stacking because that's exactly what the St. Louis Blues have done. They victory stack. They have a win. And even if they have a loss, they got to put it behind them and they move on to the next day. But as time would go on, they would start stacking up all these victories until finally, in a 2-month period of time, they won 16 games and became the Stanley Cup champions. What I'm here to tell you is that you can be a champion in whatever it is that you want, in your health, in your relationships, in your business. You can do this. And if you're having a rough go at it, take a deep breath. If you're watching this in the morning, don't think about yesterday. Think about the opportunity that you have today to win this game called life. And what are you willing to do to go out and have that kind of a championship day? And then string another one in tomorrow. Do it again the next day and the next day. See, the biggest thing is just don't stop. As you've heard me say before, stop stopping. Find these little victories and just go win your championship. You got this. I know you do. Keep the momentum going. This has been Dr. Troy Dukowitz of Monday's Momentum Moment. Have an absolutely fantastic week. Now go win your Stanley Cup.